something that you're destined to repeat. Oh, you're stronger than you think. You know it has to end, but you don't know where to start. You can pack your bags and I'll meet you where you are. Oh, I'll be waiting in the car in the dead of night on that broken road. I won't let you walk alone. Oh, my brother, you don't have to follow in your bloodline. We got each other, and if you got tomorrow, then you still got time.
Now from the second city of Chicago, head down Lakeshore Drive and you find venerable Soldier Field, home of the Bears. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Chicago Bears. Here's Carlos Santos ready to get this one started. Off we go from Soldier Field. This fielded at the 2. Oh, he's got room past the 30. A tremendous return. He's already got him in field goal range.
Anytime you find yourself on the road, you want to do anything you can early to establish yourself and quiet this crowd. And I'll tell you, there's no better way than to take the opening kickoff nearly all the way and set up your offense with great field position to start this game.
On the ground, it's the rookie from UT. And he's hit behind the line of scrimmage and taken down right away.
Menu narration set to 100.
A loss of yards. What a message on the first play.
Mike, this defense talked all week about the importance of coming out fast and starting this game the right way, and it's less about the loss of yards there on that first play and more about just setting the tone. Hey, we're going to be here all day. We're bringing it, and boy, did they ever.
Off-balance throw. It's complete. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. That is a gain of 20. And what a chance now. First and goal coming up. Great chance to make an early statement here on the road. It is first and goal. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Montez Sweat getting in there to bring him down. His first sack of the season.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
Well, the end zone, but it's batted away and incomplete. He was open for a moment. Defense closed quickly, and now it's third and goal.
A bit of a risky throw here in the end zone, Mike, and those windows down here tight, they close so much faster in this part of the field. By the time he let it go, the defender was already in position and was able to make a play on the ball.
And that is incomplete.
Little miscommunication there, now brings up third down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
Aubrey's kick is good, and the Cowboys will take a 3-0 lead.
You know, they did a lot of good things on this opening drive, Mike. I know they stalled out once they got down there into the red zone. They're going to need to work on finishing some of these drives as this game moves along. But that's a good 3 points to start this game.
And he will not attempt a return, so this will come out now to the 35-yard line. Great tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll run it for the first time with DeAndre Swift. Yeah! And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive.
I think this is something that we can expect to see here, especially early, Mike, as this team gets into a rhythm. They want to lean on this run game. They feel like they have a lot of advantages over this defense, and you can see from the first play here why they feel that way.
And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Williams to throw on second down. Open man, that's Luther Burden. And he'll take this one in. Luther Burden. Touchdown Bears. It's his 4th touchdown on the year. Santos, good on the extra point. And the Bears move out to a 7-3 lead. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Here comes a return from the 3. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. First and 10 now from the 36. Throwing, Milton. Now screen set up for Blue. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick first down.
I like the call. Using the screen as a drive starter to pick up a chunk play and get this offense into some rhythm. It's clear this offensive play caller anticipated the rush of the defense, and he was able to use it against them.
Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss. 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Milton. And that is incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run. On 2nd down, it's Williams. He's got his tight end down the field. That's Kmet. And he's taken down up past the 35. They get an even 20 on that one. Good for a Bears first down. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. He'll go right back to Kmet. He's got it again. And
and they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His third catch goes for a first down. They'll go play action here with Williams. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway. Micah Parsons in there to bring him down. And that's his first sack of the year. So after one, it's the Bears off to the early lead. We're back to Soldier Field after this. Bears in possession here to start the second quarter. They are facing a second and long. Here's Williams. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down. Working out of the gun, here's Williams, and that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
And he'll give his guys a little bit more room to work with as he's able to get forward out beyond the 10-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. The tight end going in motion to the left. They'll go with a counter on first down. Room up the sideline at the 45. And he will have this at midfield, forced out of bounds there. So a big one there to start the drive. 35 yards. They'll stay on the ground. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, a throw from Milton. Crushed, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
To the air on third down is Milton. And that is incomplete.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on third down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of third down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
Throwing on second down, Williams.
That'll be back
Rome Odunze, the one he was looking for. And now it's going to be third down. From the shotgun, it's Williams. And the pressure too great. He's sacked in the end zone. That's a safety. So first the decision to throw down here backed up near your own goal line. And the defense gets to the quarterback, sacking him, Greg, in the end zone for a safety.
Mike, anytime you're willing to call a pass backed up this deep in your side of the field, you have to trust that your quarterback is going to have the clock in his head to get the ball out of his hand. In this case, he holds on to it too long. The defense is able to get to him in the end zone, and it results in the safety.
A pitch comes to Williams. Room to run past midfield. And he'll be brought down, but what a run. Down to the 40. Terrific start to this drive. Gain of 23 and a first down. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. He'll try the right side this time, and he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Well, nothing doing here, and I think you can see pretty early on. Now, while he's trying to remain patient and see if a hole pops, it's just too slow of a developing play. He never gets into the teeth of the defense at all and ends up being taken down for a loss.
Off the bootleg, it's Milton. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
And with nothing open downfield, he tries to find something underneath. But give credit to this secondary, Mike. I mean, they had everything covered up, and this one ends up just falling incomplete.
3rd and long. Working out of the gun is Milton. He's going to let one go deep for Lamb. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to C.D. Lamb. And that'll set up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And this is going to set up a long field ahead, backed up, as it is touchdown inside the 10. Williams going to look to throw it on 1st down. Toss right side to the tight end, Komet. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line. That's going to be intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder, Kenneth Murray.
And Mike, and as bad as things seem, especially after that last play, the key to playing quarterback in this league, if you're going to allow bad plays to lead to more bad plays, you're not going to last very long. So it's the value of, hey, can you win the next play? And then the play after that. Those are the guys that really make it in this league, and we're going to get a good test of it right here.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Devin Duvernay going to bring it out of the end zone. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start. The give, it's Swift. That's a nice job keeping his balance in these conditions. A gain of about 5. So from the 25, it's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Williams. That is caught downfield by Odunze. No touchdown, but they are close. Gonna be 1st and goal. They've got it at the 3. A big-time play for the Bears. 71 yards. So here's a chance to take the lead going into the locker room. It's 1st and goal. To throw is Williams. That'll be caught by DeAndre Swift. And that is going nowhere in a hurry. Finally taken down well behind the line. Moved back to the 10. They'll try here on 2nd and goal. Here's Williams now to throw. This one caught at the 4. And he's in. What a drive. Cole Kmet, touchdown Chicago.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown. It doesn't happen often in the NFL, Mike, but there is nothing better when the entire stadium, the opposing team, everybody knows what play is coming, and they still can't stop it. Man, what a feeling for an offense, and it's exactly the case here.
Devontae Turpin on the return. And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line. Here's Milton now on 1st and 10. Going up top. That is hard. And he's going to take this one all the way. 79 yards. Touchdown, Dallas. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. So this being the first half, they elect to still kick the extra point instead of moving it up to the 1. A little bit easier following the penalty, and the kick is good. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. There'll be no return forthcoming, so the ball comes out to the 35. Here's Williams on 1st and 10. That one a bit high, but it's complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Throwing on 1st down, it's Williams. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Luther Burden, the intended target, and that will lead to a 2nd down. To throw, it's Williams. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That one knocked away in the end zone, incomplete. What a good job locating the football by the defense where it matters most. And it'll bring up third down now. Throw it again. It's Williams. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this first half. A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on fourth down. They'll go. It's Swift. And he indeed picks up a Bears first down as they find a way to keep the chains moving on fourth down. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago. They'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go until halftime. On 1st and 10, it's Williams. To the goal line and in. DJ Moore. Touchdown Bears. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A third touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
A dive, and he's in. The two-point conversion is successful.
You just have to find a way defensively to step up there and get a stop. It's one thing to give up 6. You allow a touchdown. But now dig deep, man. Get a stop. Looked like there was some confusion, and offense is going to come away with 8.
Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Throwing, Milton. He's got that complete to Turpin. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Now a timeout signal for him, and they'll get it with 10 seconds until the break.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession's going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Milton going to look to throw it again. That's down the field for Lamb. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. The rain not letting up. It continues to be a factor here as we get back underway in the second half. On the return, it's Devin Duvernay. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. They will run it over center with Swift. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
With the struggles they had running the ball in the first half, Mike, it makes sense that they're trying here early in the second to get this ball carrier going. But this last run's not going to do him any favors. Another rush, another loss of yards.
And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9. 3rd and a yard. Oh, there's movement up front. That's going to make this 3rd down a lot tougher. So instead of 3rd and short, it's now 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. They get 12 yards on that pass. 1st down, Chicago.
Well, they finally are able to convert on a 3rd down. And, Mike, when you look back at a box score, some of the biggest indications of how well the game went, of course, you don't want to turn the ball over. How do you execute in the red zone? And then how are you on 3rd down? 3rd downs typically lead to long drives. Long drives tend to lead to points. It's not a real complicated formula. Stay on the field. The more snaps, the more plays, the better.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. To the perimeter, he got Odunze on the out. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a 1st down to boot.
One of the things that makes him one of the best receivers in the NFL, Mike, is his ability to create separation downfield. He makes it so easy for his quarterback to not only find him, but to constantly create a nice throwing window like he did right there.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
Williams to throw on 2nd down. To the left side, into the hands of Moore. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
So there's a saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. He was looking to get it to DJ Moore. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again, Williams. That is caught, and he'll take it on in. DeAndre Swift, touchdown Chicago, on incentives for the PAT. It's up and through, and the Bears will extend this 3rd quarter lead. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. This one taken at the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Hilton now to throw on 1st and 10. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. He was looking for George Pickens there. It's 2nd down.
It's a great example of why the premium players in this league on defense, Mike, they're the guys that impact the passing game, and whether that's defensive backs or guys that can defend at a high level, but especially pass rushers, because even though he doesn't get the sack, it's the pressure that leads to the bad throw that leads to the incompletion.
This one intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw.
Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down. To Marvion Overshown, getting in there to drop him. It'll be a loss of 7 to start this drive.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Throwing on 2nd down, Williams. That's thrown right side, but incomplete. The big tight end, Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. And it'll be 3rd down. Williams. That's to the sideline. It is intercepted, but I don't think he was able to stay in bounds. And indeed, the officials concur. It is incomplete. Very nearly a turnover. I hit that a little too well. It lands a couple of yards in the end zone for a touchback. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Prescott. That's complete to Blue. And he can't. Get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring them down for no gain.
Sometimes it's easy for a defense to lose track of a running back, especially when he leaks out from the backfield, but not the case here. They kept eyes on him the whole time. Comes in, makes a sure tackle, and drops him for a loss.
Now a 2nd down throw for Prescott. He'll find his tight end. That's Jake Ferguson. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. They get 18 on that one. That's good for a Dallas 1st down. Bone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. That's a nice job keeping his balance in these conditions. A gain of about 5.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
Here now, 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the 3rd quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. Now a toss, left side, it's Swift. He's to the 25. Room up the sideline at the 45. And he will have this at midfield, forced out of bounds there. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. Here's Williams. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. To throw is Williams. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. That's the safety, Malik Hooker. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
So you do a great job all game long. You build up a lead here late in the 4th quarter, but now you get sloppy. This turnover all of a sudden brings a renewed sense of energy to your opponent, who a minute ago thought this game was over.
And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. Montez Sweat that time fights his way in to record the sack. Second down, Prescott. Open man, downfield, it's CeeDee Lamb. And he will score. Game on. CeeDee Lamb. Touchdown, Cowboys. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the...
That's caught! So they get the 2-point conversion, and all of a sudden that 11-point deficit down to just a field goal here in the 4th. So they've cut into the lead, now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. He's going to elect not to bring this one out. Probably a wise decision as this ball comes out to the 35. Williams going to look to throw it on 1st down. He's going to air this one out. That's caught! And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Luther Burden. Touchdown, Bears. 2nd touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. From the shotgun, it's Dak. That is brought in. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 32 yards. Prescott on first down. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Here's 1st and 10. Prescott. This one is caught by Turpin. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll throw again. Dak. This one is complete. It's Pickens. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Prescott again. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now. And a 1st down to boot. Again, Prescott to the air. Forced out wide. Now he'll run. And he's going to slide down with the 1st down inside the 5. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. They put Pickens in motion. On 2nd down, it's Dak. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Jake Ferguson was the intended target. And now they'll be looking at 3rd and goal.
You can feel them starting to press a little bit, especially with this passing game. They find themselves so close to the end zone, they got to get it over the goal line. You got to be a little bit more accurate. You got to be a little bit smarter with the ball. And right now, the timing, the spacing, it's just not matching up.
3rd and goal for Prescott. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. And the Bears are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Give up the middle with Swift. The defense coming hard, trying to force the safety. He's able to get it out, but to the 2 and no further.
So these situations, Mike, are always very tricky for a play caller. Of course you want to keep the clock moving. You're just trying to run the game out and maintain this lead, but you also don't want to become overly predictable. So with the defense just selling out to stop the run, I think they have to mix in a few high completion percentage passes to just at least keep them off balance.
As the 2nd charge timeout to Chicago. On the ground, here's the Texas Longhorn, Roschon Johnson. Oh, gotta be careful here. Looks like they're just going to avoid the safety, but not by much. That was close to being a disaster. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. He'll try to run for it, and that's not going to work at all. He'll manage to get back to the line. That is all. It is 4th down.
You could see the quarterback, once he got the snap, he was looking for any seam, any daylight, but nothing materialized, and He's fortunate he got back to the line of scrimmage.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. They'll come up for 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Now here's another ball that's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Tremaine Edmunds. And the Bears are in great shape here as they take over at their 46.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull off any sort of comeback.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. Throw across his body is complete.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback.
And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Donovan Wilson.
I gotta be honest, Mike, I'm a little surprised at the fact that they're even deciding to throw the ball, given the situation. I mean, it's unlikely that that decision will cost them the game, but stranger things have happened on a football field.
Here's 1st down. Prescott now. This pass right side, caught by Lamb. And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout, and the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the ballgame.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle.
And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
And with that late score, it's going to give them a little bit of late life here, Mike. But remember, the next series of events is very unlikely. They need to get the onside kick and then likely a Hail Mary situation. So while they definitely have a little bit of a chance, I think it's pretty slim.
In need of a recovery and a quick field goal, here comes the onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. A run here with Swift. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all. That's a timeout for Dallas. It's their 2nd, and they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Only one timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. So this one in the win column for the Bears. It was a game played in a driving rainstorm, but they would not let the field or the conditions deter them in any way. They're going to come away from here with a well-earned victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from along the lakefront at Soldier Field in Chicago.